The first aim of the decision project is to provide new understanding of the pathophysiology of decompensation of cirrhosis. What we know currently is that there are several factors, precipitating events that can lead to acute decompensation of cirrhosis, typically bacterial infection, viral infection, gastrointestinal bleeding, or active alcohol consumption. But the reason why some patients recover from this acute event while other patients develop acute and chronic liver failure, ACLF, or death is unknown. And in decision, we will provide a new view of this pathophysiology of decompensation of cirrhosis thanks to the analysis using high throughput technologies of large cohorts of patients with decompensation of cirrhosis, and we will analyze new concept, gene susceptibility, systemic inflammation, hypometabolism, multiple organ involvement, biological age, and also the concept of liver functional reserve. And all together, using system medicine, we will provide a new view and a new understanding of the pathophysiology of decompensation of cirrhosis, and likely understand better why some patients recover while others develop ACLF or death.
Patients with cirrhosis who require admission to hospital for acute decompensation of the disease present a widely variable prognosis. The currently available prognostic scores, such as Child-Pugh, MELD, MELD-Sodium, CLIF-CAD, do not fully account for the complexity and heterogeneity of these patients. The Decision Project aspires to develop two types of novel tests. First, a prognostic test aiming to predict the short-term outcome, allowing a more precise stratification of patients with good or poor prognosis. Second, a test for response, aiming to predict which patients have the highest chance to respond to the novel combinatorial therapy identified in this project. These tests will be gained through the comprehensive integration of clinical and omics data. System approaches will be applied to create a short list of candidates for being prognostic test or test for response. Once identified, this test will be validated in the clinical trial built within the Decision Project. We hypothesized that the new prognostic test will better predict short-term outcome than the currently existing scores, while the test for response will identify a population responding particularly well to the combinatorial therapy. In summary, the personalized medicine approach proposed by Decision will help defining a new management strategy for patients with acute decompensation of cirrhosis, based on a more precise prediction of outcome and response to a novel combinatorial therapy. Moreover, the proposed strategy will optimize and reduce the healthcare system rising costs, providing a more appropriate treatment to each single patient.
The work package of animal models of decompensation in cirrhosis leading to ACLF will analyze new models in the decision projects. Currently, the models used in cirrhosis are mainly in young male rats using CCL4 as a toxic model and BDL as a cholestatic model. To induce decompensation and ACLF, only one high dose of LPS has been used so far, and the characterization of the organ function has not been carefully performed. In the decision model, we will use male and female, young and old rats. We will use not only CCL4 and the BDL model, but enhance those to NASH and alcoholic liver cirrhosis. The precipitating events to induce decompensation and ACLF will include sterile inflammation using 2 times application of LPS, alcoholic binge, lung infection, and peritonitis. Moreover, the characterization will be meticulous and very careful, using profiling of targeted metabolomics, customized microarrays, and we will perform simultaneous multi-organ assessment of liver, brain, kidney, cardiovascular, but also coagulation and respiration, which so far has not been performed. These animal models will be used to test the new combinatorial therapies, which will be designed in the former work packages of decision, and will be the step before we go into the work package of the clinical trial.
Decision project is expected to produce proof of concept of the feasibility of a system approaches-based therapy, to result in new pathophysiological ideas and thus in new therapeutic targets, and ultimately to contain disease burden and mortality.